Hey you, yeah, you, the one watching this video. Come join my YouTube Discord, talk in an active community, and chat about Minecraft, or really anything you like. And if you comment on this video or on my Discord server, your comment could be used in the next Build Your Comments video. Self-promotion, done. Now on to the video. Hey everyone! Welcome back to another building tutorial where today, as you probably saw in the title of this video, we're going to be building tree houses in Minecraft. Now, how do we start? We just plant the sapling and bone meal it. Bam! Done, right? No. No. In order to build a tree house, you have to build your tree. You cannot just use saplings in Minecraft. Even though that's the instinctive response, you can't do this. So I will be teaching you today a little mini lesson of how to build your own custom tree in Minecraft. Now let's get started. Okay, so how are we going to go about building this custom tree? We're going to build a 6x6 square made out of logs and then cut the corners off, right? And then we're going to build up 1 to 3 blocks logs upwards off of these blocks that we just made to get some height on your tree. Now, what we're going to do, next step, is to build on the inside of these blocks that you just placed. We're going to build on the inside and just start building up another 1 to 3 blocks, and you're going to go up, and then what you're going to do here is you're going to fill in the top, all the remaining space in the top of the tree that you're making, this stump per se, and go up a few blocks, about 5 to 6 blocks up, to make this little wooden tower. Then, after you're done with this, you want to make these 45-degree angle branches, perfectly straight, just jutting out of this tower, going out in different directions. I recommend 2 to 4 branches for this project. In specific, I use 3 branches is a good amount, as I feel like, and this is very important. The other thing, once you're done with these diagonal branches, you want to add thickness. You just have these 1 block thick branches that are like twigs, basically, and you want to add thickness. These are the main branches of your tree, and you want to just add blocks coming down, making them a little bit thicker, and just go across the whole branch and get them to become a little bit thick. Then, after you've done this, what I'm going to say is curvature. It's a big word, but you want to make these branches have curves in them. Your goal is for it to look like it went straight up from the tree, and then it falls over out of the side, and it just curves over. What you're going to do is you're just going to place and break blocks to get that curved feel in the branches. It's a hard skill, but once you nail it, it's awesome. The next part of this project is going to be making sub-branches coming off of these main ones. And these sub-branches are just going to split off. They're small, not too big, and they're just going to come off every once in a while. You're going to have 1 to 2 of them per branch. The next part is we're going to go to the base of the tree, and we're just going to start making the roots. We're going to widen the base, and we're going to add these roots coming out, and then we're going to build it into the ground by adding logs, replacing grass blocks around the base, making it look like the tree grew into the ground, and it's a cool effect. Okay, now after you've done this, you're going to go to the trunk of the tree, and you're going to break blocks and make it a little bit thinner. Make the trunk a little bit thin. The reason we do this is because in most trees, especially oak trees, the trunk actually isn't that huge. It has a small diameter. The trunk, the actual roots themselves are pretty big, but the trunk itself isn't. Okay, now we're done with the actual tree. We're going to move on to leaves. I'm going to go to the top of the tree here, and I'm going to make what I call a ring of leaves. We're going to go around, connect every single branch you made with leaves. I prefer oak leaves. They're my favorite, but honestly, I don't think it really matters what leaf type you use, but I think oak looks the nicest. You use these oak leaves and you make this ring. Then what you do is a hard part, I feel like, in this build. You fill in the whole area that you made with the ring with leaves, and you just randomly place and you fill in this section of circle that you just made. Then you're going to add thickness and height to the leaves to get this little round, like, cap, if you will, to the tree and get this rounder shape. Now, when you're done with this ring of leaves on the top of the tree, you're going to go below to the base of your tree around where your branches start branching off, and you're going to make another ring of leaves that connects them all. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start building the leaves from the first ring of leaves that you made and bring them down to the bottom ring of leaves and just curve them down, have them make this sphere of leaves, if you will, and just make the leaves envelop the branches. You don't want to see the branches in the end product of this build, so you want to cover all the logs up. And you want to leave a good empty space in the middle of the branches and the leaves. You'll see why later in the video. And after you made this, you just want to quickly go around and make sure there's no holes going through and just make sure everything's all patched up. And after you've got this, you should have something like this that looks like a big ball of leaves on top of a tree, like trees are. And then my favorite part is the optional part. You don't have to do this, but I like adding some draping vines that come off of the tree and make it have some character, I feel like, and it adds some motion to the tree. You don't have to do this part, but it's kind of cool. I know I sped really quickly through this part, but if you want to go back and review how I made this tree, you can. I will be making a whole dedicated video for custom trees in the future, but I'm going to focus on the treehouse for today. Alright, onto the treehouse. Okay, so now we're moving on to the inside. Yeah, it's pretty mumbo jumbo. This is just stuff everywhere. There's leaves, there's logs, and it's just a mess, okay? You're not living in this. Of course, we're going to do some work on it. Now, what I'm going to recommend is you're just going to break some of the leaves, you're going to break some of the blocks, and just push back the walls. You want to push back the leaves a little bit further so you have more space and make sure that it's all a little bit more structured. You're going to push it all back, fill in gaps that you may have missed that you can see on the inside, and make sure that it's a more solid structure from the inside. And that's really important. After you do this, really important, like you might see me doing right now in the time lapse, is building branches and having them go over you and circle the base. You want these branches are your pillars. They are what are keeping up your walls, your ceiling, and these branches need to come up and encircle the area that you live in. So you want to bring them up, and they should be going into the ceiling, and they should cover you, your base, and they should be the support. After you've done this, then you want to make sure you have a flat surface, so like fill in with some logs at the center where you enter the tree, and you want to make sure that is an area that you can walk around on, and that's a flatter area because it is a house. You want some areas that you can just walk in. And after you've done this, you've basically finished your treehouse. All you have to do is live in it and put in the extra details. One detail I love adding in that you can choose to add or not is adding in fences. Of course, add the same color fence as the logs that you're using. So I'm going to be using oak fences, and using these oak fences adds probably like twigs or small little branches, sticks that are hanging off of these trees, and you can hang lanterns and lighting off of these in a very creative way, and adding those little fences is a very good way to add detail to your base. After you've done this, then you can just live inside of your base. You can put in furnaces, chests, crafting tables, you can do anything you want. And at this point in the video, what I'd like to say is you can live in it however you want. You can put whatever details you want at this point, and you just build whatever you think looks good. And I'm just teaching you basic skills that you should learn to put in your base, and now you're just going to fill it in with what you think looks good. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and it means a lot, and I will see you in the next tutorial. So goodbye, see y'all later.